I'm starting to wonder, are we purposely being led into some type of crisis? It seems like there's a lot going on, and we're going to talk about that during this live stream, during this video. But what's going to happen? What will this do to the price of silver and gold? We've got goofy things going on with the Fed. We've got goofy things going on geopolitically. And the big elephant in the room right now, right, which could really explode. Do you remember $48 silver? We like to talk about $47.65 silver, right? That's what's in the thumbnail for this video. That happened last time we had a debt ceiling crisis. And we got big news over the weekend in regards to what's going on with the debt crisis. So we're going to cover that as well, because in 2011, the price of silver went to $48. The price of gold went to an all-time new high, whatever, however you want to say it. However you want to say it. Now, last week was a little challenging for silver and gold, but hey, what does that mean for us, right? Us that buy silver and gold. We're looking at it on a long-term basis anyway, so we can deal with the ups and downs. It's not always going to be a straight up ride. Let's put things in context here, guys. Within the last 7-8 months, we had gold that was approaching $1,600 per ounce. We had silver at $17 per ounce. And today, where are we sitting, right? Almost $2,000 on gold and what, $23, $24 for silver. So things aren't that bad. We've done really well, and we stabilized at some pretty high levels. Now look, if in the coming 2 weeks we have gold go down to 1,800, 1,700 handle, that's a big bummer. I'll be the first to admit it, but I don't think that's going to happen. And silver, you know, hey, if we get down near 20, 21, that'll be reason for caution. But again, I don't think that's going to happen either. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That would really help the channel and help us get the news out. For those of you who just joined, I want to repeat, we're going to have a question and answer period at the end of this live stream. What you think, what you want to ask is just as important. Don't be shy. I'll do the best. I can't answer every single question because I don't know everything. But if you ask the question, I may have an answer, or other people in the chat may as well. That's how you also can contribute. See, you are important, huh? So let's jump right in. Over the weekend, Kevin McCarthy, the head Republican, said that the debt ceiling negotiations are like not going well. He basically said he thinks Biden is more interested in a default than a solution. Let that sink in. That's the head Republican saying, hey guys, we actually may be heading for a default. What is that telling us? That's real scary, and that's not telling us a lot of good things about what's going on with our government right now either. I don't know how you feel about that. You know, let's do a quick poll while we have some fun, some time right now. Do you think we're going to default? If you do, type a big D in the comment section. I'm not going to ask you to type the whole word. I'm just asking you to type one letter. A big D if you think we're going to default. And if you think everything's going to be all right, right? They're going to raise the debt limit, blah, blah, blah. We'll live happily ever after. We'll kick the can as far as it can be kicked one more time. Write A. I want to see an A if everything's going to be all right, you know, which really isn't all right, but you know what I'm saying. And D if you think Laffy Taffy thinks we could have a default. Wow, fast landing default. Carmelo thinks everything's all right. Snakebite, all right. BBD, okay. Big bad default. A lot of A's, right? And that's, you know, that's great because that's what most people think. That's the common, you know, oh, they always work it out. They always make everything be okay. Laffy Taffy thinks similar to 2011. 2011, you know, we came within hours of a default, right? And still, a couple things happened. S&P downgraded the debt level of the United States. That was not a good thing. And we know what happened to gold and silver. Do you want me to tell you one more time? Silver went to $48 per ounce. Yay! Gold also went to an all-time high at that point. John, Imps, things all right. Frank, Hiss, all right. A-Dad for Coridad, GS607. Vince Odell thinks everything's going to be all right. I need to buy more silver. Yes, you do, EVB bullion, but make sure you dollar cost average in. Nothing wrong with that. Silver broke on its downside. Well, we will see, right? 11th hour deal just to make it seem like they care. Yeah, they're milking it for all it's worth. I can already see tomorrow morning when I wake up and come downstairs and have my coffee, right? Susie will flip on the Today Show and I'll hear him on the Today Show, saying, oh, well, the default's going to happen. It's going to be an economic catastrophe. Oh, the sky's falling and blah, blah, blah. And they love it. They'll milk it for all it's worth. And that's what they're saying. Let me show you real quick. You guys want to hear from Janet Yellen? Huh? You want a special guest on tonight? Are you interested in that from me on the live stream? A special guest. And don't forget, too, we're going to talk about why maybe there's this theory that maybe why they're leading us into potentially, if we do get the big D, the big default, why they're leading us into that. And we're going to talk about that and what that could mean for the price of gold and silver. We're going to talk about that a little later. But do you want to hear from Janet Yellen first? Special guest here on the live stream. Hold on one second. Wow, everybody say hello to Janet. If we default, that will be an economic catastrophe. And I know because I'm at the Treasury Department and I used to be at the Fed. Isn't that interesting? Somehow I went from the Fed to the Treasury Department. You know what's in there with her? Look at that. Ugh. It's the only cockroach I allow in my house. How are you doing tonight? I'm talking to you, right? There's 156 of us together tonight, and we love the gold and silver. All right, guys, seriously, are they leading us into an economic catastrophe? And what will that mean for the price of silver and gold, right? Seems like there's a lot of weird things lining up. Things aren't going real good in the Ukraine, okay? The Russians are saying that they've taken over Bakhmut, right? And that was a key battle in this conflict that's going on. And now I heard Vladimir Zelensky, earlier, as I was doing extensive research for you got to hear this. This is interesting. Now, all of a sudden, Vladimir Zelensky says, well, Bakhmut doesn't really matter because it's all been destroyed and it's rubble. And we don't really care about Bakhmut. Well, maybe he doesn't care because he lost, right? I don't know. But needless to say, the level of escalation in Ukraine is not going down. So we got that going on. We simultaneously, okay, this is a three-pronged approach. We have the Fed doing all kinds of screwy stuff. Makes no sense, right? Destroying the banks. I got to write this down. This is very important. You may want to write this down too. We have Ukraine, we got the Fed, and the banks, and the debt limit. Okay, so you got Ukraine. That's funky. Okay, why do you think they would be doing all this right now? Why? Why do you think all this could be going on? Are we being maybe, not purposely, but maybe purposely led into a crisis? And that there's a reason why? This is just a theory. I'm not saying I believe this, okay, but we're going to talk about it. There's three big things going on. The Ukraine situation, the debt limit situation, and the Fed. The Fed all of a sudden last week it really killed the price of silver and gold. That's a fact, Jack. I don't like it. You don't like it. We don't have to like it. None of us like it. But the Fed, everybody else still believes what the Fed says. You and I, we may know they're full of you know what. But very interesting last week, they rolled out the clown show. All the Fed governors came out and they all were saying hawkish stuff. Like, oh, we got to raise rates. Oh, we got to kill inflation. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Very strange. Now, there was an NBC News article and it said was a cacophony, a cacophony. And I'm like, what the heck is it? Do you know what a cacophony is? Because I had no idea what a cacophony is. Do you know? I'm going to see who knows. Does anybody know what a cacophony is? Anybody? The Fed is private, platinum and gold. Hello, Neil from Neil's Hound Dynasty. A cacophony. They rolled out a cacophony on us. I think they're trying to confuse us too, because look, I'm not a very sophisticated guy. I am college educated, but nonetheless, I'm like, what the hell's what the heck is a cacophony? Anybody know? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? All right, I'm going to ruin it for you. I'll tell you what a cacophony is. I Googled it. It's a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds, like a horn and a bell, right? And all kinds of, and that's what they did. They're throwing out smoke screens. They're throwing out all this crazy information, trying to confuse everybody. Huh? And they're being hawkish and they're hurting the price of silver and gold. They are causing, did I tell you that when you're down here with me, especially right now, live, we are in the Mr. Rogers neighborhood for gold and silver investors, where we know silver and gold are real money. Everything else is just unicorn fart dust. And the Fed, through their cacophony, the cacophony, whatever you want to call it, the big fancy word, because now NBC News is even trying to confuse us. And I don't know what my daughter Evelyn's doing behind me in the middle of a live stream. Evie, can you say hi? Hi. Can you yell? Hi. She's getting a darn popsicle. I guess that's okay. Anyway, they're trying to confuse us, right? And that's all they're doing. Evelyn, you're distracting me as I'm talking to people all over the world. I hope you know that right now. Okay, goodbye, Evelyn. I love you. She has her dirt bike jersey on because we were just riding the Honda 110 CRF around the yard. Now, nonetheless, they're trying to confuse us, right? There's all this going on. Remember, I have a theory about what might be going on. Three-pronged approach. Ukraine's going to poop in a handbasket. Look, the reality is it's not going well for the West. It's not going well for the United States of America. Okay, that's, I don't have to like it, dislike it. I don't want to get into a big conversation about that whole situation, but it's not going well. Suddenly, the West doesn't care about Bakhmut anymore, right? Because they lost, period. That's the way it appears. I could be wrong. I'm not there. I don't know. It's hard to know exactly what's going on there. We've got the Fed putting out a cacophony on us, right? A bunch of weird signals. Oh, we're going to fight inflation. Oh, we're going to be dovish. Oh, and then they're, Bullard here from St. Louis. Then they all leave this little escape hatch like, but we got to watch the data over the coming weeks. June 14th is pivotal for you. Write that down. Do you know why? June 14th. If you're a silver and gold investor, it's pivotal for you. You better be paying attention that day. I'll probably do a live stream and I hope I'll see you. But nonetheless, that's the next Fed decision. And they all came out last week hinting that, oh, we might have to raise rates more. Now, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Because we've got a bank crisis going on here in the United States. It's very strange, right? Do they want the banking crisis to get worse? I don't know. And then the third prong is the debt limit. And we've got Kevin McCarthy, the head Republican, saying he thinks that Biden wants a default. And we've got, remember, Janet in the box? And even the other guy, what's his name? Powell, right? Even he's saying catastrophe. Guys, we could be heading into a catastrophe. A catastrophe. Oh, okay. And what do they want to do? Have you heard of CBDCs? Isn't the timing of all this? And on top of it, there's more. There's more going on. There's even more. This is not a 3-prong. This is a 4-prong. I might have to take a break. Okay? Because it gets even worse. It gets even crazier. Okay? Because at the same darn time, we got the BRICS nations. They've got a big, do you know what's going to be going on in August or September in South Africa? Yeah, a major BRICS summit. You know what they're going to be talking about? A gold-backed currency. Do you own gold and silver? That's good for you. Hey, we got 100 thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I always ring the bell 10 times when we get to 100 thumbs up for the people that are new here. For also everyone that's joined in, I'm going to do a question and answer or a question and I don't know at the end. And if I don't know, maybe you know the answer to somebody's question, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you can help, right? Doesn't hurt to help. So don't be shy. If you have a question, I want you to think about it right now, because in a little bit, I'm going to ask you for questions. And I want to see them in all caps, because you matter. Your questions matter. Your thoughts matter. Stop. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get back, because we got big stuff to talk about with the BRICS, but I want to get back to the most important part. And that is, you are here with me in the basement. Okay. Ron's basement. It is my basement, whatever, but we're all together wherever you are in the world. You know what? Just tell us where you're from. I can't read them all, but you deserve to be heard. Tell us where you're joining us from so other people can see they're not alone, right? There's 250 people in here right now, but you're important. Tell us. Now, you got that 3 problems, right? The Ukraine, the Fed, debt limit situation. And we've got the 4th problem, right? That the world is moving away from the dollar. We've got in Russia, in St. Petersburg, a big economic forum within the next 30 days. They're going to be talking about getting away from the dollar. We've got South Africa, big BRICS. I just reading today the 5 other countries that are officially going to announce they want to join. Do you know who they are? Do you know? Sorry, I didn't mute and I burped. I apologize. Huh? I know a couple of them. Saudi Arabia wants to join BRICS. Argentina. I've been to Argentina. It's a big, cool country. If you ever get a chance, go to Argentina. Buenos Aires. It's the Paris of South America. It's very awesome. They are smart, sophisticated, wonderful people there. Absolutely. Okay, these are big countries that are also wanting to join. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, right? And they all want to get away from the dollar. They're fed up with the debt, unicorn fart dust, printing dollar. They want to go to real stuff. Real. This is real. That's 10 ounces of silver, guys, in my hand. My great-grandpa to the 80th degree, who lived in the year 650, he could be holding the same silver, and it would be worth pretty much just the same amount to him that it is to me today. I don't even have any paper money to show you down here, because with the paper money, any paper money that was around back then would probably be dust by now. Think about that. So all this stuff going on, right? The Ukraine, the Fed, the banks, the debt limit. What was the 4th thing? I can't remember. Oh, everybody's going to the BRICS, right? Everybody's going away from the dollar. The geopolitical move away from the dollar. In the United States, I want you to realize this. The United States is in really bad financial shape, and everybody's going to be shipping all their dollars back. Like, hey, guys, you can have them back now. We're not playing with those anymore. That's going to cause huge inflation. That's going to cause just potentially, nobody knows for sure. I do not have a crystal ball. The only person who has a crystal ball that I know is Buddy Rumble. And he's a guest on my show about once every 2 weeks. He's a wonderful man from Louisiana. He does have a crystal ball. He said silver's going to $38 and gold's going to $3,400 by the end of the year. So we love Buddy Rumble, but nonetheless, the situation is ripe for big increases in gold and silver. And is the theory, could there be a possibility, guys, a real possibility that they're doing all this, right? That they're doing all this because they know the dollar's up a crick without a paddle, as we'd say here in Missouri. And maybe it'd be a good time if the debt limit doesn't get passed and the economy breaks open and the banks fail and Ukraine gets worse and China and Taiwan and everything else. Wouldn't that be a good time to say, we're going to save you? Jerome's going to save you with a central bank digital currency. Does that make any sense? I know I'm being dramatic, but I don't know. Is that possible? Let me know. Do you think they're setting us up so that I've heard a lot of smart people say they'll do it under the cover of a crisis. I don't know. Home Depot sales are down. If you got a bunch of credit card debt, don't worry. I'm not going to save you, right? But you're not alone. Americans have a record amount of credit card debt. If you don't have credit card debt, congratulations. Don't forget, debt is the currency of slaves. Silver is the currency of gentlemen, and gold is the currency of kings. You talk about debt. I got to share this with you. The 25 most indebted countries in the world. Can you guess where your country is? If you're joining me from the United States of America, can you guess where we rate in the world? The world in indebtedness? Can you guess? Huh? I got to look at the comments. You guys are the best. Now look, I'm going to do a question and answer period at the end of this live stream. If you have a question, you owe it to the community to ask, because somebody else who maybe doesn't have as much courage as you do is afraid to ask. And there's no stupid questions, right? You just think that like Ronnie's a dum-dum. I don't know, whatever you want. Ronnie's a dum-dum. Does anybody know? Voodoo Queen says number 3. Where does the United States rank in the most indebted countries in the world? Does anybody even care, right? We care, right? You care. I care, because we know debt is bad. We know being highly indebted is bad. But there's a fascinating nugget that I dug up out of this data. Look at all this. This is what I do day and night. I dig through and read to try to learn what's going on so I can share at least my perspective with you. I'm not saying I have the answer. No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm a guru. No, I'm a guy in his basement. But I've discovered something fascinating in this data. Absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, and I'm going to share it with you at the end of this video because it is absolutely mind-blowing. Do you know what number America is? We are not number 1. That's not the answer. When will silver take off? Soon, my friend. Very, very, very soon. All right, so Biden says unacceptable. The Republicans say, Biden also says the Republicans must move off their extreme position. Powell's turned into a dove. I'm going to say one more thing about the Fed, and I'm going to tell you where America ranks, okay, and then we're going to answer your questions. Hey, I got a super chat. Thank you, Joe. Now, that's really nice. I appreciate that, my friend, okay? Never expected, always appreciated. Thank you so much. What did okay, the Fed thing. We got to touch on this one more time. So all the Fed governors come out last week, and they're all hawkish. They're like a bunch of hawks. Hawk, 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 hawk. We've been through this. I'm like, oh, my God, I thought this was over. No. And then Jerome, you know what? I think you guys want to see Jerome. Would you like to hear from Jerome? Here. His box fits inside Janet's box. He likes being inside. Jerome likes being inside Janet's box. Don't you have a dirty mind? This is what Jerome, hey, everybody, you know what, guys? Hey, Jerome on Friday, maybe we're done raising rates. Jerome became dovish, right? That's why gold went up on Friday. That's why silver went up on Friday. I mean, it's, why? Guys, why do we believe these people? They're full of balloon juice. So my mom used to always tell me when I was younger, you're full of balloon juice. Well, whatever the hell balloon juice is, I'm full of it, but I'm telling you what, right? It takes a snake to see a snake. He's a super snake. Why do we believe him? Why would we believe him? Do I need to run through it again? Do you know why we shouldn't believe Jerome Powell? Can you give me 3 reasons? Help me out in the chat section. Whoa, how about, why should we not believe the Fed? Well, they screwed up on the financial crisis in '08. They didn't see that coming. Oh, they screwed up on the tech bubble in '99. They didn't see that coming. How about just 3 years ago, right? They said there would never be a problem with inflation. They screwed that up. Then they said that, oh, we're having some inflation, but it's just temporary. Screwed that up. Check. Then they said, well, we're having some inflation, but it's now transitory. Screwed that up, right? Now he's raised rates. Oh, then he said we're never going to raise rates until 2023. And in 2022, I'm going to remind you, that's not 2023, that's 2022. He raised rates faster than ever, a year earlier than he said so. But we're going to believe him now. Now we're going to believe him. It's like people are like, they have no memory. Do you have a memory? Do you have a brain? Let me ask you this, because you're here with me at Sunday night. I'm going to tell you something about you right now. I know for a fact. You are smarter than the average bear. Okay? Right? You're not sitting around watching. There's nothing wrong with watching TV. I watch it, but you choose to dig in. You choose to look at the hard facts, right? And so can you think for yourself? I think that's the big difference. Is it becoming clear to you that, like, those of us in the silver and gold community, we choose to think for ourselves? I think that's a big deal. I think you should give yourself a little pat on the back for that. Let's just touch on the gold mining stocks, just briefly. The GDXJ is the best proxy for the gold mining sector. It's about at 38 right now. And within the last year, it's been as high as 44. Within the last 3 years, it's been as high as 60. Gold mining stocks still historically represent a huge, huge value. Okay, period. All right, enough of that. What did I do with my notes? Oh, I need to answer your question, right? You want to know, where does the United States rank? And then, guys, I've got something that I discovered in this data that is fascinating. This is a data of the most indebted countries in the world. USA, number 11 in the world. Our debt to GDP, this is debt to GDP, is like 130%. All the other countries in here, right? United Kingdom, France, Italy, all these other countries, they're all either right around where we are or worse. Japan is the worst, right? But that's not the fascinating. This is fascinating. Sit down, okay? Because there's this big part of the world that's wanting to move away from the US dollar, right? Right? The BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South, you know where they are on this list? The most indebted countries in the world, they're not on it. They're not on it, right? They're not on it. Think about that. Maybe that's why they want to get away from the dollar. All the G7 Western countries, they are doing great on that list of the most indebted countries in the world. But you know who's not on it? Are all these countries that are kind of like, we've had enough of the dollar in the monkey business. We're done, right? I don't know. What does that mean to you? To me, that just totally shows and lends credence to why these countries do not want to be on the dollar anymore. And look, I don't like it. Look, I'm not like anti-American. I love America. I don't like the way it's been managed, right? And when I was born in America in 1970, we were still on the gold standard. I was happy. That's why I said, yes, let me be born. When I was 1 year old, Nixon temporarily took us off the gold standard. Then screwed with gold and silver ever since. That's a fact. I don't know, guys. All right. Right now is the moment you've been waiting for. Okay? This is the question and answer period. So right now, I command you from the basement, ask a question, do it in all caps, and I'm going to answer it. Okay? I'll take as much time as needed within reason to get to all the questions. And you can help answer these questions too, guys. You can help with each other. Look, I'm just kind of leading us down the path, right? I'm not claiming to be some all-knowing savior, anything like that. But I like to be able to facilitate us all coming together. All aboard the silver train is leaving the station. Yes. Ron is an American 180. I changed my handle. Oh, hey, American 180, fast landing. Hey, I like that new handle. Is the Fed pausing, or I got a feeling we're going to pause? That's where my thought is. I've had, it seems like most people are now kind of thinking pause, but there's a lot of people that think the Fed's going to raise. What's heavier, an ounce of sugar or gold? I would say gold. I think gold is the most dense metal in the world. I mean, silver's very dense also. I've never been able to do this myself, but if you fill a shoebox with these silver bars or silver coins, anything like that, what I'm told, it becomes very heavy. Why do you think the SHA, why do you think everything falls apart soon? Look, I know, and people will say, oh, people have been predicting the catastrophe and the end of the dollar for years and years, and absolutely you're correct. I will be astonished, and I will sit down here and tell you I am dead wrong, and I will probably be worth a lot less money because I put my money where my mouth is. But I would be astonished that if in 2 years things are not significantly different in the world. I think geopolitically speaking, monetarily speaking, politically speaking in the United States, every way things have never. And look, it's not just me saying it. Do you know who Vladimir Putin is and President Xi from China, MBS in Saudi Arabia? They're all saying the world is right now going through a period of change like never before. I mean, if I look back to 2008 when we had crisis, when I look back to 2000, the world was different, man. Even 2011, the world was the last time we had a standoff with the debt limit. It is different. I don't want to be a gloom and doomer, but I want to be prepared mentally and financially and every other way. So that's why I think. Hold on. I told you, Ed. Are you off your meds? Yeah, but I've been off my meds for a couple years, so, so far so good. I'm just having fun. I'm actually Sean Cornish. Am I off my meds? Yes, of course I'm off my meds. I happen to think that all people, we're all a little crazy, and I like to have fun. I like to connect with people. I have suits and ties and Brooks Brothers shirts, and I can be very professional, right? I worked for Deloitte and Touche. I can play the game, brother, but I'd rather be real. So yes, absolutely. I'd be more concerned about the people who are on their meds, but we'll get off that one. The redneck red coat. I don't understand that question. Okay, let's see. Does gold and silver jewelry demand a higher price than just spot price? I don't know, Keller. That's a good question. If you're looking at it from a melt perspective, I don't think so. Maybe Coin Shop Chris. And you know what? I forgot to say thank you to our friend Coin Shop Chris. He's awesome. This is not possible without him. As a matter of fact, him and Neil Hahn had some recommendations that I'm very helpful for. That's why I'm doing this question and answer at the end of the live stream, because they recommended that I try to work a way in. So anyway, maybe Chris can answer that. And Neil, thank you. Thank you guys. And now I lost track. It's hard to keep track of all of these. Okay, Okay, silver calls are very cheap. No, but maybe I'll look at them. SLV calls. An SLV call, for those of you that don't know, that's an option that you can buy to be able to buy SLV at a future time, at a future price. It's not a futures contract. Those are different. This is a call, which is just an option to be able to buy it at a certain time at a certain price. So I'll have to check that out. Hey, I got a super chat. Who is that? Michael Burrow. Thank you, Michael. Looks like maybe Australian, $5. Thank you, my friend from down under. Thank you. Never expected, always appreciated. Okay, there was another question I missed. Fractional gold or 1 ounce at a time? I would buy 1 ounce at a time, personally. I don't like to pay big premiums, so that's just my answer to that. I already did the one about being off my meds. Okay, 1 ounce of gold or 2 ounce of platinum? I would go with 2 ounces of platinum, and I know and I'm not saying that for Neil's benefit. If I had $2,000 that I was going to buy metal with, and I was forced to choose between an ounce of gold or 2 ounces of platinum, I would take 2 ounces of platinum. Excellent question. Excellent. Come on, guys. We need more questions. Fire away. I'm going to answer them for you. Hey, Ron, do you think about 35% war nickels if you get them under spot? Yeah, I don't know a lot about the war nickels. I've just started looking into those a couple weeks ago. I was very interested. So, yes, I would give them a thumbs up. Obama in 2008 changed savings accounts from depositor to creditor account so they can do bank bail-ins. Yep. Wow. I just got an awesome $50 super chat. Wow. That's awesome. Hold on a second. I'm going to say thank you, B. Duncan. Thank you, my friend. Wow. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Always appreciated, never expected. There are more and more people that are saying the banks are going to start limiting how much money you can take out of the bank. Because the banks are insolvent. I didn't really even get into that in this video, but the banks don't have the money. That's the fact, Jack. I'm just overwhelmed that I got a $50 super chat. That is, again, never expected. Super appreciated. Thank you. Both are 1 ounce. Okay. What is safe mining stock to buy and why? A safe mining stock. I'll answer that. There are no safe mining stocks. Any stock in any stock market is risky. The mining sector is particularly more risky, although it does offer opportunity for unbelievable returns, no doubt about it. Now, this may seem weird, okay, but the stocks that I'm looking at now, most interested in, the best value, are the very small explorers, developers that have land and projects in either the United States or Canada. First Mining Gold has projects in Canada. Suma Silver is another one that I'm looking at. I made a bunch of videos about First Mining Gold. They just have land. They're not making money yet. Suma Silver has a bunch of land in Nevada, a bunch of silver, and the reason I like them is because of jurisdictional risk. So if you're looking for just safety and, how do I say this, not a lot of risk of them losing money, although they are burning money, but that's already priced in because they're developers, I would look, the best values right there right now. But stocks are risky, absolutely. Okay, Colors Cars, I said no. Heavy D, Color Cars Jewelry has a 3, jewelry, thank you, Neil, for answering that. Buying jewelry as an investment for precious metals, if you want to buy silver, buy this 10 ounce bar. Okay, get the best price you can. Make sure it's the real deal. If you want something to wear, I was thinking about buying like one of those big, thick silver chains just for fun. I think I still will. Let me know what you guys think about that. But you're going to pay a big, big, big premium on jewelry. And if you're going to go then try to turn it in for metal value, in the end, you're not going to get your money back. No, I do not stack copper, but I believe it's 1982 and earlier. Pennies are made of 100% copper. If I were to stack copper, that's the way I would do it. That's just me. I think anytime I've looked at copper, it's only available with big premiums. Oh boy, we got a ton of questions. Thanks again, B. Duncan. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. That ding on the bell with the nose. Yeah, I do that when I get to 200 thumbs up, we're almost there. I'll do it one more time. My nose, I almost broke my nose last time. I'll do a ding on the bell with my nose when we get to 200 thumbs up. But I'm not looking. Okay. Duncan, yes. Okay, thank you, Coin Shop Chris. If we get the pause in June or July, can we have a cut by Christmas? Yes, Joe. I think we could. I think things could get nutty in the next, 7 months before the end of the year? We could see some craziness going on out there. Fine gold is way too soft for most jewelry. Old gold maples or new design maples. I would go with the new design personally. If I were to be buying maples right now, I'm moving my money into a fishing boat. Awesome, Adrian. Old gold maples are okay. I already did that. The people who have no money in the bank are lucky. Yeah. That's 5 to 10 pounds of coffee beans. So what about silver and gold right now? What is bad? Hey, look, we could always go down, but I'm thinking we're going up. HYMC, that's a mining stock. I don't know much about them. I looked at them once a couple years ago, so I'll look at them again. EVB, adjuster, 1 ounce of gold, Xavier. HYMC. Okay, Mardoni likes My friend Ron is an accountant. I'm an auto body man. Yeah, well, I have a degree in accounting from a DePaul University in Chicago. I was a Division I athlete, but I did graduate at the top of my class as well. But I went to college on an athletic scholarship. During the summer, I was a steel worker, so I know what it's like to work in 110 degrees through the summer. I have a diverse background. I studied economics in Budapest, Hungary, when it was still part of the Soviet Union. I don't know. I just have a very broad, I like to think, broad background. Bell time. Oh no, we got the 220 likes. Oh my God. All right. Do you guys really want me to ring the bell with my nose? Do you get any benefit from that? If you do, type nose and I'll do it. Otherwise, it hurts my nose. Okay, Blaine points out, hey, thank you, Dom. Yeah, Keith Neumeyer, I'm a big fan of his. And Dan, I think Dan Wilton will one day be a Keith Neumeyer, Ross Beatty type guy. I really believe in the moves he's making with First Mining Gold. He's legit. I've spent an entire day with him. Dan came to St. Louis to meet with me and some other investors and came here in the basement. If you search through my channel, you will see Dan Wilton, the CEO of First Mining Gold, was here in the basement with me and the stuffed bear. And he doesn't give me any special treatment. He's just, I really think someday he'll be like royalty in the mining sector. But thank you for saying that. Are all gold maples 24K? I don't know. Hopefully somebody can answer that for you. Boy, things are going to happen fast in the shift. Yeah, the thing to remember, okay, this is key, is that when big changes happen, when big stuff happens, it happens quick, baby. Boom, right? It's like how they say, how did you go broke? Slowly and then very, very quickly. I'll be right back. I need to go move the cat before she knocks a vase off. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, because we got more to talk about. Don't leave me. I got to move the Pippi. The cat is causing problems. All right, thank you. I'm back. I hope you stayed. She was knocking this off. I don't know. Do you guys see that? Isn't that cool? That's some type of mineral stalagmite. It comes in like blue, green, all different colors. I love this stuff, and Pippi plays with it and knocks it off. She likes to taunt me while I'm doing my live stream. So I Philharmonics. I love them. I want to get some Cook's Island stew. Okay. All right. I forgot. I promised. I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to smash the bell with my nose. This hurts. Ow. Oh, man. That is horrible. But I'd do anything. And you guys gave me over 200 thumbs up, and that's awesome. So when we get to 300 thumbs up, I'll, I don't know, smash it with my chin? I don't know. We'll see. Once. Yes, I did it twice. All right, guys, I'm ready for more questions. What am I missing? Okay, Christy Easley says the algorithm is going to sell gold to 1800. If it does, if we see $1,800 gold, I will assure you we will see a flood of new money coming in, people buying gold. I don't know how you guys see this, but I think I think weakness in the metals is going to be met with strong buying. Absolutely. Whether it be silver or gold. The problem with silver is the darn premiums. I have this great friend, Coin Shop Chris, and he likes these coins called Cook's Islands, and I thought I was going to maybe buy some Cook's Island 1 ounce silver coins, and I'm looking online and I'm like, if the price of silver is only $23, $24 an ounce, why are they charging $28, $29 each for all these darn coins? Doesn't that mean the price of silver is really $29, $30 an ounce? You let me know in the comments section. I mean, isn't that really the price of silver? I don't know. We'll be selling on eBay for $1,000 an ounce. Do you recommend dollar cost averaging? Yeah, that's what I recommend from over the years. That's what I did with my silver stack, was bought it over a number of years. Look, I'll be honest with you. I bought a good chunk of my silver stack the Saturday after the COVID crisis hit. And I think silver went to like $12, and I made a big purchase then. I mean, I kind of will just buy over time, and then if it feels like the price has been unjustifiably whacked, I bought a little bit of silver back in, I think it was February, when I was able to basically get it for $22 an ounce. I made not a huge buy, but a buy. So, I certainly haven't timed the market. Nobody can time the market perfectly, buying or selling. So if you think about it on a long-term basis, you're buying on a long-term basis. And if you're doing it in chunk, you're going to get good prices. And if it does indeed go up like we think it will, and you need to liquidate some of it, and you sell it in chunk, you're going to get more value when you sell than you did when you bought. And you don't have to worry about trying to time the market. I mean, that's my opinion on that. When silver hits $100, what do you think the premium will have to pay? I think when silver hits $100, I'm trying to envision that. Will the COMEX and the LBMA even be around anymore at that point? That would be my question. And will there even be a spot price like we think of it right now? I think when silver hits $100, the COMEX and the LBMA are going to be gone. We'll be relying on other exchanges for the spot price, and that the spot price that they're going to give, because it's coming, guys. I mean, the smart people that I'm listening to, these Eastern countries aren't messing around. These BRICS countries that will get a more accurate spot price, a more accurate market price at that point. And so it's hard to answer your question. I'm just being honest. I don't know if it's done within the context of the COMEX and the LBMA, and if they're saying there's $100 spot price in silver, I would think the premiums are going to be pretty high. $20? I don't know. Has to be a global spot price, yes. And I think that's what we're heading toward. Thank you, Blaine, for contributing. Thank you, CoinShop Chris, for contributing. You guys have been awesome. Thoughts if there's a gold-backed cryptocurrency? I don't like the idea of a gold-backed cryptocurrency. And you can ream me on this one. I do like the idea of a gold-backed digital currency. And in my mind, the difference is a crypto is on some exchange like FTX, and it's run by some, I'm sorry, most of the people that I observe in the crypto industry aren't the most like Michael Saylor and Max Kaiser. I just don't like these guys. I don't get a good feeling. Sam Blankman-Fried, right? So to me, a crypto, and they're saying it's backed by gold. Well, is it really? What I like is like what Texas is doing with a gold-backed digital currency that would be regulated by the state comptroller, and all the gold will be in the Texas depository, and you'll be able to go with your digital token or whatever you want to call it, your digital unit, and you can go anytime and get your gold from the depository. I like that idea, and that it can be used for payment, and so that's what I like. You know, in China, there's China. You want to talk about China? In China, there's people that are talking about how the government, just in the last couple of weeks, made some major changes. This is getting no coverage, where it allows Chinese citizens to link their savings accounts with their gold accounts. They have gold accounts in China, and they have savings accounts, and they can now link them together seamlessly. Some people say that's a gold-backed digital currency, right? Now, that depends on if you believe the Chinese with their gold holdings. That's a whole subject that could go on forever and ever. If banks amalgamate rather than fail, will that prevent gold from exploding? Man, I got to go look up what amalgamate means. I should know that. Hold on. You know what I got? I got to show you guys this. I got something interesting. Uh-oh, I just lost the chat. There it is. I'll be right back. Don't leave. I got to show you something. This is funny. Don't leave. This is funny. This is hilarious. All right, guys. Maybe you remember these. Does anybody ever remember this? Does anybody else remember this? Huh? This is my dictionary from 3rd grade. What was that? 1978. And yeah, see, look, there's my name. You can see my last name. And then I wrote in there, Dooley is a douche. I barely made it out of 3rd grade, but I'm going to look up amalgamate and tell you guys what it means. Dooley is a douche. All right. I don't even know if that was a word back then. Ameliorate. Amazon. Oh, wow. Amazon was around back then. Amalgamate. Here it is. It's a verb. Means to unite into one body or organization. Okay. See if I can remember that for the next live stream. Thank you for that question. You helped me learn a new word. Amalgamate. Where was that at? If banks amalgamate, that's a great question. That's part of the plan, possibly. That's a great. I don't know, GSD07. If this consolidation, which a lot of people say is going on in the banking industry, will that allow them to further? I don't think so. I think that at the end of the day, Mother Nature wins. Whether they amalgamate, we all learned a new word thanks to him, or at least I did. And we learned what was that other big word? Cacophony. A cacophony. All right, I need to get through. Gold and silver are real money. Everything else is just unicorn fart dust. Okay, boy, I'm sorry. You guys are having some great questions. I'm going to try to run through these now. I want the value of everything in volume. Price spot in Asia. That's interesting, Dwayne. Thank you for sharing that. He's saying the spot price in Asia is 60 above the USA. Excuse me. Go bricks prices. Yeah. Be civil, Dwayne. Okay. Rock Williams. If we follow the spot price, which is dollars, does that mean we are on an unofficial metal standard? I think we never went off the gold standard. Okay. You may not agree with that. I think gold and silver are real money. Everything else is indeed unicorn fart dust, right? Hey, I'm the dollar. Yeah, right? Okay. I think we're still on the gold and silver standard. I think Tricky Dick Nixon played a trick and told everybody we were off it, but I think we're still on the gold standard. Okay. Should I focus on silver before gold? That's a good question. I like silver, but I like gold too. I own gold mining stocks. That's a matter of preference. The Golden Griffin. Hello, Dave. Are you talking Vianney? You can see it on the side of the coin. Start with gold, a crypto. Okay. Remember questions and platinum. Hey, Coin Shop Chris. Kent Blankman clad. Okay, when the price moves a big move, you won't be able to buy because the dealers won't know where the top is and they'll hold it. Yes, UFD, unicorn fart dust. If banks, okay, got to that one. In China, any bank lets you order gold. Yes, very interesting. Wow, blows my mind. Everybody hide. Is Ron in his underwear? No, I'm in, I do have underwear on, but I'm in my red shorts with hooks on them. Dooley, yes. Dooley's a douche. Amazon River. Yeah, that's what's in the, that's what the old Merriam-Webster dictionary said. Amazon, 1978. Buy the stock. Right? Yeah. Guys, thanks for joining me. This is not possible without you. It's been a great hour. Thank you. Hey, go watch another video. Go check out. I had a great interview with Coin Shop Chris. Our most recent interview, it's on the channel. Go check that out. I'm going to see you soon.